God says, "My child, you may not realize it yet, but you have shown your strength in ways that even you did not notice." Strength is not always loud. It is not always visible to the world. Sometimes it is the quiet decision to wake up again when yesterday felt heavy. Sometimes it is choosing patience when frustration would have been easier. Sometimes it is holding yourself together when no one else sees the pressure you are carrying. You think your strength would look like a dramatic victory, but I see it in your endurance, in your discipline, in the way you continue moving forward even when motivation feels distant. That is strength. That is growth. That is proof that you are becoming who you were meant to be. There were nights when you questioned yourself. Moments when you wondered if you were enough. Times when you felt unseen, unheard, and misunderstood. Yet you did not give up on yourself. You adjusted. You learned. You matured. You took responsibility for your growth instead of blaming the world for your setbacks. My child, that choice alone shows strength beyond measure. Many retreat when things become difficult. Many shrink when challenges appear. But you chose to stay present. You chose to reflect instead of react. You chose improvement instead of resentment. That is why this season feels different. You are no longer reacting to life, you are shaping it. You have shown strength in your silence. Strength in your self-control. Strength in your refusal to repeat patterns that once hurt you. You are not who you were a year ago. Your thinking is clearer. Your boundaries are stronger. Your patience is deeper. Even when you felt uncertain. You kept building yourself. You kept refining your habits. You kept showing up for your responsibilities. That consistency is what I see. Not perfection, but commitment. Not speed, but persistence. And persistence builds stability. My child, the pressure you faced was not meant to break you. It was meant to reveal you. It revealed your resilience. It revealed your discipline. It revealed your capacity to carry more than you once believed possible. You survived things you once thought would overwhelm you. You adapted when circumstances changed. You remained grounded when chaos tried to distract you. That is strength in its purest form. It is quiet. It is steady. It is rooted in maturity. You may have felt that your progress was slow, but growth that lasts is never rushed. Every lesson you learned strengthened your foundation. Every disappointment sharpened your discernment. Every delay deepened your patience. My child, you were being prepared, not punished. You were being refined, not rejected. The moments that felt heavy were shaping your emotional stability. The challenges that tested your focus were strengthening your discipline. You are stronger today not because life was easy, but because you stayed consistent when it was not. Look at how differently you handle things now. Situations that once caused panic now create reflection. Conversations that once drained you now reveal clarity. You speak with more awareness. You listen with more intention. You respond with more balance. That transformation did not happen by accident. It happened because you chose growth repeatedly, even when it felt uncomfortable. That is why I say to you, my child, you have shown your strength. You have shown strength by forgiving yourself for past mistakes. You have shown strength by releasing expectations that no longer served you. You have shown strength by setting boundaries without guilt. You have shown strength by continuing to believe that better is possible, even when evidence was not immediately visible. That belief kept you moving. That hope kept you steady. That commitment kept you evolving. Now you stand in a different place than before. You are not desperate for validation. You are not chasing approval. You are not seeking shortcuts. You are building with intention. You are choosing carefully. You are thinking long-term. That mindset is powerful. It signals readiness. It shows maturity. It demonstrates that you understand the value of stability over temporary excitement. My child, this is what strength looks like when it has been tested and refined. Do not underestimate yourself anymore. Do not minimize the growth you have achieved. The world may not have applauded your quiet battles, but they mattered. The discipline you practiced in private will produce results in public. The patience you developed in silence will bring clarity in decision-making. The resilience you built through experience will carry you through every new opportunity that comes your way. I say this to remind you, not to flatter you. You have shown strength. You have proven to yourself that you can endure, adapt, and improve. And because of that, the path ahead is not intimidating, it is aligned. You are ready for responsibility because you have built the capacity to handle it. You are ready for growth because you have strengthened your foundation. You are ready for expansion because you no longer shrink under pressure. My child, continue walking forward with quiet confidence. Continue refining your habits. Continue protecting your peace. Continue trusting your growth. The strength you have developed is not temporary. It is rooted in experience. It is grounded in awareness. It is supported by discipline. And it will carry you further than you ever imagined. God says, my child, as you continue forward, there is something deeper I want you to understand about the strength you have built. Strength is not only about surviving difficult seasons, it is about who you become because of them. You have changed in ways that are subtle yet powerful. You are no longer easily shaken by opinions. You are no longer controlled by temporary emotions. You are no longer desperate for quick validation. Instead, you move with awareness. You pause before reacting. You evaluate before deciding. That shift alone proves growth. There was a time when small obstacles felt overwhelming, when uncertainty felt frightening, when criticism felt personal. Now you handle those same situations with balance. That balance is maturity, and maturity is one of the strongest forms of strength. You have shown strength in your discipline. Even when no one was watching, you kept working on yourself. You kept refining your mindset. You kept correcting your habits. It was not glamorous. It was not dramatic. But it was consistent. My child, consistency is what builds real power. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline stays. There were days when you felt tired, when progress seemed invisible, when doubt tried to convince you to stop. Yet you continued. That quiet continuation is what transformed you. It built resilience within you that cannot be easily broken. It trained your mind to focus instead of scatter. It strengthened your patience instead of rushing outcomes. You have also shown strength in letting go. Letting go of people who no longer aligned with your growth. Letting go of expectations that created unnecessary pressure. Letting go of guilt that was not yours to carry. Letting go is not weakness, it is wisdom. It requires courage to release what feels familiar but no longer serves your evolution. You did not cling to comfort at the cost of progress. You chose growth, even when it meant temporary loneliness or uncertainty. That decision elevated you. It cleared space for healthier opportunities, clearer thinking, and stronger self-respect. My child, your strength is also visible in your self-control. You no longer respond to every provocation. You no longer feel the need to explain yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. You conserve your energy. You choose your battles wisely. That emotional intelligence is powerful. It protects your peace. It prevents unnecessary conflict. It ensures that your focus remains on building rather than reacting. Emotional discipline is one of the rarest strengths, and you are developing it steadily. There were moments when you felt behind in life. You looked around and thought others were moving faster. But instead of giving in to comparison, you adjusted your focus. You began measuring progress by your own growth, not by someone else's timeline. That shift restored your confidence. It allowed you to celebrate small wins. It reminded you that every journey is unique. My child, strength is not about speed, it is about direction. And your direction is clear. You are moving toward stability, toward clarity, toward purpose. You have shown strength in rebuilding your self-belief. There were experiences that shook your confidence. Situations that made you question your abilities. But you did not allow those moments to define you permanently. You reflected, you learned, and you improved. That willingness to evolve rather than retreat is rare. Many allow failure to become identity. You allowed failure to become instruction. That difference determines long-term success. When you see setbacks as lessons, growth becomes inevitable. Financially and professionally, your mindset has matured significantly. You think long-term now. You prioritize sustainability over shortcuts. You understand that stability is built gradually. That awareness protects you from impulsive decisions. It strengthens your judgment. My child, wisdom in decisions creates security in outcomes. You are no longer chasing quick results. You are building lasting foundations. That patience will reward you. Your relationships reflect your transformation. You now seek respect, clarity, and consistency. You no longer accept confusion as normal. You no longer compromise your values to maintain approval. That boundary setting required courage. It required trusting your worth. And you did. That is strength. When you honor your standards, you elevate your environment. When you protect your peace, you strengthen your focus. My child, the challenges you faced were not meant to break you. They were meant to reveal the depth within you. Every test refined your patience. Every delay strengthened your endurance. Every misunderstanding sharpened your discernment. You now see things more clearly. You recognize patterns sooner. You respond more wisely. This awareness is a gift earned through experience. You may not feel extraordinary every day, but your progress is undeniable. The calm confidence you carry now is different from the excitement you once chased. It is steady. It is grounded. It is real. That calm confidence will carry you further than temporary enthusiasm ever could. You are becoming stable in your. You learned. You became wiser. You became more discerning. You stopped repeating patterns that once drained you. That balance between forgiveness and wisdom reflects emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence protects your peace and strengthens your relationships. It prevents you from reopening doors that were meant to remain closed. It ensures that your growth remains consistent rather than cyclical. My child, strength is also revealed in your discipline during ordinary days. Not every day feels extraordinary. Not every effort feels rewarding. Yet you continue showing up. You continue refining your habits. You continue pushing forward quietly. That quiet effort builds extraordinary results over time. You are understanding that success is not created in dramatic moments but in daily decisions. When you choose focus instead of distraction, when you choose growth instead of comfort, when you choose integrity instead of convenience, you are building something durable. Durable growth does not collapse under pressure. There were moments when you felt alone in your journey. You felt as though others could not see the effort you were making. But solitude refined your clarity. It gave you space to think deeply. It allowed you to reconnect with your purpose. Sometimes separation is preparation. When you stepped back from noise, you began hearing your own thoughts more clearly. You began identifying what truly mattered. That clarity strengthened your direction. Now you move with intention rather than confusion. Financially, emotionally, mentally, you are becoming more responsible. You are evaluating risks more carefully. You are prioritizing stability. You are planning rather than reacting. That shift demonstrates maturity. Impulse may feel exciting, but discipline creates security. You are learning to value security. You are learning to appreciate steady progress. You are building habits that support long-term growth rather than temporary satisfaction. That is strength because it requires patience and foresight. My child, you have shown strength in choosing hope without denying reality. You acknowledge challenges, but you do not allow them to define you. You face obstacles directly, but you do not exaggerate them. That balanced mindset prevents fear from dominating your thoughts. It allows courage to coexist with caution. It allows faith to coexist with effort. You are understanding that growth requires both belief and action. Belief without action is incomplete. Action without belief lacks direction. You are aligning both. You are also learning the importance of boundaries. Boundaries protect your energy. They protect your focus. They protect your peace. Setting boundaries once felt uncomfortable because you feared disappointing others. Now you understand that protecting your growth is necessary. You cannot pour into others effectively if you are drained. You cannot build your future while constantly defending your present. Boundaries ensure that your time and attention are invested wisely. My child, your strength has prepared you for greater responsibility. Greater responsibility requires greater clarity. You are developing that clarity. You are not rushing into commitments blindly. You are observing patterns. You are thinking long-term. That thoughtfulness will guide you into decisions that align with your future rather than sabotage it. Growth is not about speed, it is about stability. And you are becoming stable. Remember that strength does not mean you will never feel tired. It means you will rest and then continue. It does not mean you will never face doubt. It means you will question and then decide wisely. It does not mean you will avoid challenges. It means you will approach them prepared. You have already proven your ability to adapt, to learn, to rebuild, and to improve. That proof is within you. Continue trusting the process of your evolution. Continue refining your mindset. Continue protecting your peace. The strength you have shown is not temporary, it is foundational. It is shaping your character. It is strengthening your confidence. It is aligning you with a future built on wisdom rather than impulse. My child, you have shown your strength, and because of that strength, you are ready for the stability, clarity, and growth that lies ahead. God says, my child, as you continue walking forward, understand that the strength you have shown was not only about surviving difficult moments, it was about preparing you for expansion. Expansion requires capacity, and capacity is built through pressure. The challenges you faced were not placed before you to break you, but to increase what you are able to carry. You asked for growth, and growth required stretching. You asked for stability, and stability required discipline. You asked for clarity, and clarity required silence. Now look at yourself carefully. You are not who you were months ago. You think differently. You respond differently. You evaluate situations with greater depth. This change did not happen overnight. It happened through repeated choices to remain steady when it would have been easier to quit. My child, strength is revealed most clearly in the unseen moments. It is revealed when no one applauds you for doing the right thing. It is revealed when you wake up tired yet choose responsibility. It is revealed when you resist temptations that once controlled you. Those quiet victories are shaping your future more than dramatic achievements ever could. You are building internal stability, and internal stability creates external consistency. When your inner world is stable, your outer world begins to align. Decisions become clearer. Goals become more realistic. Relationships become healthier because you are no longer operating from insecurity or fear. There was a time when you doubted your own judgment. You questioned whether you were capable of making the right decisions. You sought constant reassurance. But now you are beginning to trust your discernment. You observe patterns instead of ignoring them. You analyze outcomes instead of repeating mistakes. You allow yourself time to think before acting. That patience reflects growth. Impatience once cost you energy and opportunities, but patience is now protecting you. It allows you to move with intention rather than impulse. My child, you have also shown strength in accepting responsibility for your part in certain situations. That humility has elevated you. Blame keeps people stuck. Responsibility creates movement. When you chose accountability, you unlocked progress. You stopped waiting for circumstances to change and started adjusting your own behavior. That shift empowered you. It reminded you that while you cannot control everything, you can control your response. And your response determines your direction. Financial awareness is another area where your strength is growing. You are thinking more carefully about how you spend, how you save, and how you invest your time and energy. You are beginning to understand that wealth is not only money, it is stability, wisdom, and opportunity. You are learning to prioritize long-term growth over short-term satisfaction. That discipline will protect you from unnecessary stress in the future. Stability is built gradually, not suddenly, and you are laying that foundation step by step. My child, relationships in your life are also being refined. You are no longer comfortable with superficial connections. You desire depth, honesty, and mutual respect. That desire reflects maturity. You have learned that not everyone can walk with you into your next chapter. Some people were part of a lesson, not part of your destiny. Accepting that truth required courage. Letting go of certain attachments required strength. But by releasing what no longer aligned, you created space for healthier connections to enter your life. There were nights when you felt uncertain about your future. You wondered whether your efforts were enough. But even in uncertainty, you did not completely stop. You may have slowed down, but you did not surrender. That persistence is proof of resilience. Resilience is not loud. It is quiet determination. It is the decision to continue even when motivation fluctuates. You have demonstrated that resilience repeatedly. That consistency will compound over time and produce results you cannot yet see. My child, your mindset is becoming more balanced. You are not overly optimistic in a way that ignores reality, and you are not overly pessimistic in a way that blocks possibility. You are learning to weigh risks and opportunities thoughtfully. This balanced perspective will guide you through complex decisions. Emotional extremes once influenced your actions, but now you are developing emotional regulation. That control strengthens your leadership over your own life. You are also beginning to understand the value of rest. Strength is not constant activity. Strength is knowing when to pause, reflect, and recharge. Burnout does not build success. Sustainable effort does. When you allow yourself proper rest, you return with clearer focus and stronger determination. This rhythm of effort and restoration keeps you effective rather than exhausted. My child, do not underestimate how far you have come. Growth often feels slow because it happens internally before it becomes visible externally. But the internal changes are already transforming your trajectory. Your communication is clearer. Your goals are more defined. Your boundaries are stronger. Your confidence is steadier. These are not small developments. They are foundational shifts. Continue nurturing this strength. Continue choosing wisdom over impulse, discipline over distraction, patience over panic. Your future will reflect the habits you practice today. The strength you have shown has positioned you for stability, clarity, and progress. You are not moving backward. You are evolving forward. My child, you have shown your strength, and because of that strength, you are capable of building a life that reflects maturity, balance, and long-term growth. God says, my child, as you stand where you are today, you may still see areas that need improvement, goals that are not fully reached, and dreams that are still unfolding, but I see something greater within you that you often overlook. I see a person who did not collapse when pressure increased. I see a person who learned to breathe through uncertainty instead of running from it. I see a heart that has been tested yet remains open, a mind that has been challenged yet continues to seek wisdom, and a spirit that has been stretched yet refuses to give up. That is strength in its purest form. It is not loud or dramatic. It is steady, grounded, and intentional. You have grown beyond emotional reactions that once controlled you. You now pause before speaking. You think before deciding. You reflect before responding. That pause alone has saved you from unnecessary conflicts, wasted opportunities, and regretful choices. My child, there were moments when you thought you were falling behind, when you compared your journey to others and felt as though your progress was invisible. But growth is not always visible to the outside world. The most important growth happens internally first. You developed patience where there was once frustration. You developed clarity where there was once confusion. You developed discipline where there was once inconsistency. These internal changes are shaping your future in ways that external achievements alone never could. Your strength has matured. It is no longer reactive strength that fights every battle. It is selective strength that chooses which battles are worth fighting. That wisdom protects your peace and preserves your energy. You have also shown strength by allowing yourself to heal instead of pretending you were unaffected. Healing requires honesty. It requires acknowledging pain without allowing it to define you. You allowed yourself to feel disappointment without surrendering to it. You allowed yourself to learn from betrayal without becoming bitter. You allowed yourself to grow through mistakes without labeling yourself as a failure. That self-awareness is powerful. It means you are no longer trapped by your past. You carry lessons forward without carrying unnecessary emotional weight. That freedom is strength. My child, look at the way you approach responsibility now. You are no longer avoiding difficult conversations. You are no longer postponing important decisions. You are facing them with composure. You understand that avoiding discomfort only delays growth. By choosing to confront challenges directly, you accelerated your development. Each time you handled a situation with maturity instead of impulsiveness, you strengthened your character. Character is the foundation of everything lasting. Skills can be learned. Opportunities can appear. But character determines whether you sustain what you gain. Financially and practically, you are thinking ahead. You are considering long-term impact rather than immediate gratification. That shift demonstrates foresight. Foresight prevents unnecessary loss. It encourages preparation. You are slowly building stability by making careful choices. You may not see dramatic results overnight, but consistency compounds. Small disciplined decisions repeated over time create significant transformation. That is how lasting success is built. Your strength is not about dramatic breakthroughs, it is about steady progress. My child, your relationships are also reflecting your growth. You communicate more clearly. You express boundaries respectfully. You no longer tolerate patterns that drain you. Instead of chasing validation, you value mutual respect. That change protects your emotional well-being. You are learning that not every connection is meant to be permanent. Some people enter your life to teach you something and then leave. Accepting that truth required courage. Letting go required strength. But by doing so, you created space for healthier, more aligned relationships. There were days when your motivation felt low, when your confidence wavered, when the path ahead seemed uncertain. Yet you continued showing up. You did not always feel strong, but you acted with strength anyway. That is discipline. Discipline carries you forward when emotions fluctuate. Motivation may come and go, but discipline remains steady. You are building habits that support your future. Habits shape identity. As you continue practicing discipline, you are reinforcing the identity of someone reliable, resilient, and capable. My child, remember that strength does not eliminate vulnerability. You are allowed to feel. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to ask for guidance. Strength simply ensures that you do not stay down when challenges arise. You recover faster now. You process situations more efficiently. You learn more quickly. That efficiency will serve you well in every area of life. Your growth has prepared you for greater responsibility, greater clarity, and greater stability. You may still encounter obstacles ahead. Growth does not remove difficulty entirely. But now you face challenges equipped with experience. You understand patterns. You recognize warning signs. You evaluate options carefully. You are not the same person who once acted without thinking. That transformation is evidence that you have evolved. You are building a future based on wisdom rather than impulse. Continue trusting the process of refinement. Continue investing in your mindset, your discipline, and your peace. The strength you have shown is not temporary, it is structural. It supports everything you are building. It anchors you during uncertainty. It guides you when choices are complex. My child, you have shown your strength, and that strength has prepared you for the next level of growth, stability, and purpose. Keep moving forward with awareness, with patience, and with confidence in the progress you have already made. If this message touched your heart, comment, "I am ready," and receive it with faith.